Alright guys, so we made it to the track. We're only a short drive from our accommodation. The plan for today is Spicer's going to go out and run first. We've set the cars up for drag mode. He's going to go out and run first. We're going to film his run. He's going to come back and collect some data. I'm going to put my car on the start line and Spicer's going to watch it leave. If there's anything we need to change in my setup, he's going to help me get that tuned in. So we're only running an 1/8 mile today. It's not the quarter, so they work out what your quarter mile would be from the 1/8. I haven't done it. I don't really worked on the car for the 1/8 mile, but I guess it's the first for everything. So we'll tune into Spicer now and see what happens, and we'll get to the start line. Cut it, Chris. Cut it. Crash.
Just please, no alcohol in the pit at all. Runs 104 mile an hour and a 666 the Devils up in the day for him.
Alright, so I just completed my second pass. Both passes went well. My first pass, everyone was warning me that the track wasn't going to be that perfect, like as good as Sydney, and it's not a radial prep day, so I turned it down a little bit too. I went in first pass conservative. I went 7.0 on the 1/8, I think like 102 mile an hour or something. And then my second pass now, I had 16 pound in it. I pulled my ramp in a little bit earlier and I went 670, 105 mile an hour. So I'm happy with that. I'm going to hand it in. That accumulates to a 1030, I think, when you do the 1 times 1.55. So I'm happy with that on the track, and we did it in the middle of the day too. So the heat, the track condition at this time of day as well. It's a bit greasy out there. I still left a little bit. I still have another second of ramp in it from where I have been to where I am now. So, and I went 1.5, 60 foot. The 60 foot felt really lazy this time, but the car felt amazing. It just felt like it laid over because I only had 16 pound in it as soon as I got into top gear. And then by the time I was in top gear, I was at the finish line. So as we're running 1/8 today, so yeah, but I'm happy so far. And then now
You're packing up.
Yeah.
Waiting on Matt now.
Yeah,
so
we're going to
your
get Matty
first
ready
run,
for his second run.
Yeah, your first run didn't go so well, did it, Matt? You bogged down?
No, so it did bog, but not as bad as what it has at Eastern Creek. I did change some settings to try and get my wheel speed better, so I can actually calculate what my rate of speed is. Unfortunately, when I did change those settings, I didn't confirm in the car park that it still had gear detection working correctly, so it actually overboosted and cut. So that's been put back to the way it was, and I've put a fan override program in it now, so I can just turn the fans on when I'm staging up, even if it's cool. So just to try and keep the temperature out of it whilst the stage and stuff. So, and the street driving as well. So I'm ready to go. Spicer's going to pack up. He's got Simon there turning his car around now to be street mode. And then I'll do my next pass, and if it's good enough, we'll go. And if not, I'll just turn it straight back around and give it another try. Yeah, give it another try. We've only got 3.5 hours drive today.
Yes.
Yeah, so street drive's only about 3.5 hours to South Australia. So it's not a massive drive like yesterday. So we can take a bit of time today to get what we want before we do our street drive, and we still get in a reasonable time without killing ourselves. So that's where we're at.
Well done, man. Very
Cheers,
good.
bro. Was Spice happy?
He was happy with it. That's what's most important.
Bloody hell. That was fast. Woo! That was quick. 60 foot's terrible still. I'll tune that clutch slipper in a little bit better. But I think we're on to a winner, guys. All right, guys, so we've done 3 runs today. First run was a bust. Like I said before, I changed the settings and it didn't get gear position. It overboosted and cut on me. Engine was all good, no issues there. We went out for second round with the reverted settings. It went good. It actually went its fastest in the second round. So yeah, left the line, first, second, third. Just clicked it into fourth as across the finish line. We're running the 8th mile today, as Chris was saying earlier. We're not running a quarter mile. This track doesn't run a quarter. And then I turned it around with the clutch slipper enabled. It seemed to help, but we actually went slower. And on the third pass, I end up turning up the boost in every gear. I just basically sent it to maximum. So I've pulled the data logs off it. It had a little bit of radiator pressure. I've just bled that off. We're just going to roll with it. It's not mixing any oil and water, but there was pressure inside there. So it is what it is. We're just going to pack up the trailer now and head on to the next spot. We've got our map. We've handed in a time slip. So yeah, hopefully, well, they ran what did it run? Sorry, I think it was an 8:04 and an 8:06 or something like that, but they're both 8:0s.
Okay.
So terrible 60 foot. It's like 2 seconds in the 60. So absolutely terrible. So once we get this clutch slipper working and we actually get it to leave the line correctly, we're going to work on torque management. I've got enough logs now and I've got the laptop with me for tonight. So when I'm sitting down in the room, we can play with some settings and see if we can make it work better for next time. So tomorrow we'll be racing in South Australia at Tailem Bend. The track there is absolutely insane from what everyone's telling me. So we'll really be able to put some power into it and hopefully, yeah, leave the line and make it work.
And just on a side note, Spicer didn't have boost in his top gears. Yeah.
So Spicer thought that when he was running down, he looked down at his dash in top and he felt it lay over with power, and he's just like, oh, that's weird, maybe it's just the heat. And he thought when he looked through his steering wheel, he could only see 8.6, and he thought it was 18.6 of boost, but it was really just 8.6. So he had no line on the top of his wastegate. It had come off, and yeah, we don't know why it come off, but he did put it in. Maybe he didn't put it in hard enough, but it wasn't on. So at the next track, that thing will go.
Expect a lot more from that car.
A lot faster.
Yeah, so
a lot faster. So that went. Spice, what'd you do? 7? 7.0. 7.0. So with no boost. So it'll go fast.
Righto, man. Let's hit the road.
Let's do it.
20-hour road trip was pretty dumb. America.
That was dumb, but
That's a
we're
bit
driving a race car.
Yeah.
Pretty much the same distance. More.
Yeah. Dumb, but pretty fucking cool.
Yeah. I thought I saw smoke out the back of my car. Yeah, look, see that? Watch.
Oh shit.
I'm 100. 102. 103. Yeah, it's finished. Car's out.
Bugger.
105. 107. 108.
All right, tell us the bad news, man.
Alright guys, so the dream might be over. On the way after the track, we were cruising up to get some fuel from a performance shop around here. Thanks to the guys there for hooking Spicer up with some fuel, and maybe me. We'll see if we can get through this. But I noticed I was blowing a bit of smoke out on diesel. And once I sat still for a little bit too long, I started seeing the temperatures really skyrocket. So I think I've lifted ahead. It's pressurizing the radiator pretty severely. We haven't mixed oil and water, so that's a good thing. We're just leaking cylinder pressure. We've dumped out the liquid intelligence, which is what I run for coolant. We're going to put in some Nulon head gasket repair and water, and see if we can get it to seal just enough to get us maybe to the next track. If we drive through the night, we're going to test it obviously in the area, and if it seems like it's holding, then we'll move on to the next track. If that's the case, I might try and get someone to bring me a head gasket to the track or something. We can change a head gasket out tomorrow. And if not, well, we're sort of screwed.
Well, the plans just changed then. Well,
The plans just changed. If we can at least get to South Australia, which is 3.5 hours from here,
Yeah.
we might be able to maybe get a head gasket and not get that day done, and then meet up with the boys later at back at Calder Park. Or sorry, no, what is it? Heathcote Raceway. Heathcote Raceway is going to be raced over 2 days, Saturday and Sunday, because Calder Park's raceway won't be finished by the Sunday. So they're going to be racing for 2 days at Heathcote. So worst case, me and Nico might be able to get a head gasket. We can change the head gasket over together in the pits, and we'll meet them up at Heathcote, meet up with the boys at Heathcote, and unfortunately that'll destroy our times, but who cares? At least we get to go through the event. It's a bit of an adventure along the way. My biggest concern is just getting stuck without a head gasket. I should have packed one, but I didn't. I didn't think I'd have an issue, but brought everything else. So standard procedure, that's what's going to break.
Yeah.
So I guess we'll just see if this head gasket repair can get us through to the next place.
Man, I never thought I'd see you put head gasket repair in an engine.
I didn't want to. You got to do what you got to do sometimes. Where are we?
What's going on? Where are we? And you, what are you doing? Over there. You, in the bush.
We're back. You filming?
How many guys does it take to put fuel in Matt's Corolla?
Appears to be 3.
3. And notice none of them are Matt.
Lots of mishaps, guys, along the way. We've repaired a blown head gasket with some pepper and some Nulon products head gasket repair. So shout out to Nulon for getting us back on the road. Thanks, Chris Dawsey. So the car's getting there. I did literally just drain the tank completely dry a second time on this trip. Spicer's come to the rescue and bought some fuel off him. Lucky he has some fuel for sale. So,
It's convenient, eh?
Huh? It's convenient, yeah. So we're going to be back on the road. We did hit the checkpoint, so I'm still in the race, guys. Like, it might happen. Even if I baby this thing through tomorrow and we manage to get a head gasket for it, and then we end up repairing it and driving it, babying it back to Heathcote Raceway, and we change a head gasket at Heathcote. We've got 2 days of racing there, and we just send it at Heathcote and see what it does. But realistically, I just want to make it through this challenge. I want to show that a 4A can not only do the kilometers, but also do the drag racing as well. So we're going to hit the road again. It's getting late. Nico was going to try and edit a video tonight, but he is exhausted. He's running on 2 hours of sleep and maybe about 10 minutes of nap. So
trying to pump the videos out in good time, but it's a lot of work, man.
Guys, this is hard. They don't call it drag challenge for nothing.
And it's YouTube challenge for me. We were laughing about it. It's a YouTube challenge too.
Yeah, dude, it's yeah. So big shout out to Nico, because I'm putting him through some absolute torture, guys. Like, it's hard. This is hard. But we're gonna hit the road. Let's get back to it, hey.